Hello everyone and welcome to my masterclass, Angels, Flowers, and Feathers in the Forest. What if I told you that every single day your angels are trying to send you important messages? Would you know what to look for? So hello everyone and welcome. My name is Ivon Cot and I'm a leading expert on all things angels. For me, my journey started with angels a few years ago following a near-death experience, which literally turned my world upside down. I was a very successful director of human resources, as well as a very busy mom to 3 teenage boys. And my husband was traveling every single week for work. So my days and my nights were both very busy. That is, until everything changed. Immediately following my incident, I literally became consumed with panic and anxiety, with no explanation as to what was causing it, and it became so unbearable, it got to the point I no longer wanted to leave my house. After many medical appointments, with doctors and specialists, I was always given the same answer. There's nothing wrong with you. You're fine. And this just left me feeling lost and broken and nowhere to go. Our home life was beginning to crumble and deteriorate. And this is when I decided I needed to make some drastic changes in my life. So I quit my job after being in the same industry for 20 years. And my husband and I, we sold our house and we moved halfway across the country, all in an attempt to get a fresh start. But even after all of that, nothing changed. I was still consumed with panic and anxiety. That is, until I was triggered by a memory, me being in the emergency room with my doctor, and I clearly remember him telling me how lucky I was to have survived my fall. And he said, "You must have had a really good team of angels around you and supporting you." And this is where I had my light bulb moment. All this time, I had been searching for a medical reason or explanation, even though the doctors kept telling me that there was none. So if there was no medical cure for me, could these same angels come back and perform one more miracle and help me release this overwhelm that I was feeling, so that I could take control back of my life? And for the first time in a very long time, I had hope. This is what led me to want to work with angels, to the point of me becoming a certified angel practitioner, a certified angel guide, as well as an angel Reiki master and many other healing modalities. I committed to learning everything that I could in order to become unstuck so that I could move forward. And I quickly learned that my angels had been sending me messages all along, but I didn't recognize them. Once I learned how to be open and willing to receive their guidance and their assistance, I was able to transform my life. And this is why I continue to share my story, because I know there are people out there that I can inspire. Today, I run a very successful business called There's an Angel for That. And I teach clients how they too can learn how to harness the power of angelic guidance. For me, this was the beginning of a very incredible journey, which led me to where I am today. So today, If you're wanting to learn some easy and simple steps that I have discovered along the way so that you too can immediately establish a connection to the angels and start bringing them into your day-to-day life, then you have come to the right place. We are going to cover the 5 key steps necessary in order to build and strengthen your communication to the angels. As well, I will teach you some signs and symbols that your angels use when they are trying to get your attention, so that you never miss receiving another message again, and most importantly, never chalk it up as a coincidence. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I would like to discuss is about connecting you with your team of angels. One of the most common questions I get asked by my clients is, how can I make a connection with the angels? Or, how do I manifest my intentions with the archangels? So let's begin by giving you some of the tools and tips that I have learned and that I use daily, not only to remain connected to my angel team, but to manifest my intentions as well. I came up with the acronym BRIGS. I'm a person that loves acronyms, and for me, they serve as a helpful reminder. So the first one is the B. B stands for breath work, which is a tool that we can use to connect to our energy and our intuition. Our angels are always around us, yet you may not feel or sense them. And it's not because that they aren't there, but it's because we're not sensitized to it. When we take the time to make that connection to our breath, we will feel our angels when they move in closer to us. For me, breathwork was a life-changing technique that I learned. Not only did it help me connect with my angels, but it also taught me how to help control that panic and anxiety. Now, there are many different ways that you can practice breathwork, so I would suggest you find one that works best for you. The one that I started with was the 2-4 breathing. And this is when you simply inhale for the count of 2 and exhale for the count of 4. I was taught that when you double the length of your exhale, it signals to your body that you are safe, and it turns off that fight or flight response, which I found worked really well for me. What I also love is that our breath can be used to carry healing energy, as well as clearing energetic imbalances. So it's no coincidence that the Archangel of Healing, who is Archangel Raphael, is also the ruler of the element of air, which is breath. So in short, breathwork is the angelic language. And by incorporating this into your daily ritual, it will help you sensitize and connect to the angelic vibration. So the R stands for raise your vibration. What does it mean to raise your vibration? Well, if you were to look at the scale that I have provided, you would see that the angels and the archangels, their frequency is at a very high vibration. So first things first, let's talk about energy. Everything is made up of energy. I am energy, you are energy, the chair that I'm sitting on is energy, everything is energy. We as humans are naturally much lower on the energy or vibrational scale, and that's mainly because we reside in a human body, which is dense. So in order to connect with the angels, we need to raise our vibration high enough in order to make the connection. So it's helpful if you begin to look at ways to raise your vibration so that you can have a clearer connection when communicating. Another common question that I get asked by my clients is, how do I raise my vibration? So here are just a few examples of ways that I commonly use. Spending time outdoors or going for walks in nature. Expressing gratitude. One of the quickest ways to amp up your vibration is to express gratitude. So if you can turn your attention to what you are thankful in the moment, and remember, there's always something to be thankful for. As life coach Tony Robbins said, you can't feel fear or anger while feeling gratitude at the same time. Therefore, when you feel yourself experiencing a low energy emotion, you can shift your attention to gratitude. And for me, I include gratitude in my daily rituals. Another way to raise your vibration is through breath work, which we just talked about. Or you can play music and sing and dance while you're doing that. You can read inspirational quotes. You can journal. You can do yoga. You can meditate. You can even surround yourself with people who make you feel good and happy. The point that I'm trying to make is anything that brings you joy will help raise your vibration. The I stands for intention, and for me, intention is key. By simply setting an intention and letting the angels know that you wish to connect is also an amazing way to get started. We have what's called free will, which means that our angels are not allowed to intervene or help us when we are facing challenges or struggles unless we consistently invite them in. When I mentored under Kyle Gray, he taught us a very simple and quick prayer that I use daily when setting my intentions with the angels, and I would like to share that with you now. The prayer goes like this. Thank you, angels, for reminding me of your presence and for revealing to me what I need to know. I am open and willing to receive, and so it is. And just so you know, this little prayer that I've used, it doesn't have to be the one you use. Please feel free to create your own or find a little prayer that resonates with you, okay? The most important thing that I can teach you is there's no right and wrong, but it's so important that you set the attention and let the angels in. Now we're on to the letter G, and G stands for grounding. And this speaks to being in the present. If you are not grounded and in the present, it makes it more difficult to connect with our angelic team. When we are not present, it is my opinion that we are either in the pitiful past or in the fearful future. And this is what I call the what-if energy. So, if you want to be more present, then you really need to have a connection to your physical body. In order to help you out, I have included some common signs that can indicate when you are not grounded. The first one is finishing other people's sentences, being absent-minded, giving off a lot of electrical shocks, repeatedly misplacing things, losing track of what someone was saying or doing, having cold hands or cold feet. And that's when you're not outside or winter when it's cold, just you have cold hands, cold feet for no explained reason. Finding it hard to concentrate is another one. For me, I don't know if you had this, but for me, I have read a book and gone over a paragraph more than once and still didn't understand what I was reading. So that was a sign to me that I was not grounded and really needed to go back to get grounded. Also, if you're easily overwhelmed, that's a sign of being ungrounded. And if you're lacking energy when you wake up and you're feeling exhausted, again, another sign. So if this is you and you're experiencing one or more of these symptoms, then the next question I always get asked is, then how do I get grounded? So especially in the summer months like right now for me, an easy and quick way to get grounded is to walk barefoot around on grass, or you can be on a sandy beach, or you can even get connected to Mother Nature by hugging a tree. Unfortunately, these days, shoes, they provide a barrier, and that is blocking you from receiving that energy from Mother Earth. So if you are someone who works in a city and you're surrounded by a lot of concrete, then perhaps you won't be able to do that. Or if it's winter and there's no grass, or you're just somewhere that you cannot get out in nature, well, I do have some other helpful tips on how you can get grounded. Another easy and simple method is by holding or carrying a crystal or a gemstone. The ones that I like to use are red jasper and hematite, because you can put these in your pocket, you can have them in your purse, you can put them in your car, on your desk, or literally anywhere. Now, I use these particular crystals because I was guided by my angels. So please feel free to use whatever crystals that resonate the most with you. As like we discussed earlier, intention is key. Another simple way to get grounded is to visualize roots growing from your feet and extending down into earth, just like tree roots do. I also want to show you a quick and simple method I learned that we're going to do this together. This is just another way that you can immediately implement getting grounded and getting a closer connection to your angels. This exercise can be done anywhere, even while you are at work. So when you are ready, we are going to take a deep breath in through the nose, all the way into the tummy, and then exhale out through your mouth. Now I want you to look around, and I want you to find 5 things that you can see. I want you to find 4 things that you can touch. I want you to find 3 things that you can hear. And I want you to find 2 things that you can smell. And if you're in an environment that doesn't have any scent right now, then I want you to envision 2 of your favorite scents. And I want you to feel 1 emotion. And just like that, this has brought you into the present moment and grounded you. So a tip I learned to help stay grounded throughout the day is to set a timer on your phone, and it can go off at certain intervals during the day, and it's just as a reminder to do this exercise. This will not only help you to remain grounded, but it'll also help you to strengthen your clairs to hear those beautiful angel messages. The S stands for sitting in silence, or meditation. So, what is meditation? Well, for me, meditation is where we're able to center ourselves and quiet our minds. It balances our mind, our body, and our soul, and it keeps our vibrations high. And, in my opinion, it makes it much easier to form a connection with our angels. I often hear from my clients that they do not meditate, as they don't think they're doing it right, or they just can't sit in silence, so they become frustrated and they quit. My biggest piece of advice for them is don't let the thought of meditating the right way or wrong way add to your stress. In my opinion, you can make meditation as formal or as informal as you like, as well as whatever best suits your lifestyle and situation. For an example, I do what I call angel meditations, and every single day while I am walking my dog, I incorporate Briggs into my routine. I don't necessarily go in order of Briggs, I just make sure I incorporate all of them. I begin with raising my vibration and getting grounded, and we all learned that even by being outside, you can achieve these. Next, I say out loud or in my mind that small prayer of intention that we learned earlier. thanking my angels for reminding me for their presence and for revealing to me what I need to know. And then I just tune into my breathing, and all I'm doing is listening to my breath and following it in and out as this keeps me present. If you are already familiar with the archangels, this is also a great time to call in a specific archangel in order to assist you. As I'm walking, I am sure that I'm very aware of my surroundings, and I pay attention to everything happening around me. You would be amazed at how many ways your angels are sending you messages, which we will talk about in a moment. As well, angels will often communicate with us through our thoughts. So this is often when I get great epiphanies or ideas or creative solutions to my problems. So if you are able to incorporate a simple daily practice similar to this, even if it's just for 10 to 15 minutes a day, this would help raise your vibrational energy. As well, it could help you relieve stress, elevate your mood, and bring you closer to connecting with your true self as well as your angelic team. So now that we've learned how to communicate with our angels, let's look at some common ways our angels try to communicate with us. But first, let's take a look at what the word angel means. So the word angel means messenger, and when you begin to connect with the angels in your life, you may soon start to notice how they communicate and send messages to us as we go about our everyday lives. Many of us, as I mentioned earlier, are too busy rushing here and there to stop and notice the signs. They may not look down and notice that feather appear out of nowhere, or spot that shiny penny on their path, or not even understand why they have a particular song that's stuck in their head. But these are all signs from our angel messengers gently nudging us to notice them. It's thought that signs like these are our angels trying to get our attention so that they can intervene and guide us in a particular way, or offer us reassurance when we need it the most. By simply asking the angels for their help and guidance, just as you would a friend, you could soon be welcoming a whole new realm of love and light into your life. Open your heart and mind, be patient, and you could find that the angels are willing to share their wisdom, protection, and healing with you. All you have to do is ask. Here are some of the ways that the experts believe that angels send us signs.
The first symbol that I'd like to talk about that comes to mind for me are clouds. Clouds are a common and beautiful way for our angels to send messages of love and remind us of their presence. Love hearts, pets, angels, or angel wings are some examples of shapes that could appear in the clouds from our angels, and this is normally a sign of support and encouragement. I always tell my clients that if any specific shape in the clouds really stands out to you, then take a mental note of that and think about what it might mean in your life. Perhaps you're considering a new job career right now, but not sure if it's the right time, and maybe you're looking for some guidance regarding your next steps. Well, your angels could be putting specific shapes and symbols in the clouds that are linked to your career choices in order to give you a helping hand. For an example, if you were thinking of leaving your current job and going to work as a teacher, and let's say you happen to see a cloud that looks like an apple, this is quite possibly a sign from your angels. So I would encourage you that if you are out on a nature walk, or even if you're just sitting outside, remember to look up. Can you spot any shapes or symbols? Next, let's talk about rainbows. For me, Rainbows can carry a symbolic message that a special blessing is on the way. Most of us have heard the saying, "There's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow." Rainbows can also be a symbol of hope and encouragement and serve as a gentle reminder that if you can endure a little longer, you will make it through the storm and come shining through on the other side. For me, if I have had a lot going on and out of nowhere I see a rainbow, this is my sign that I have weathered the storm and that better days are now ahead. And just as a note, angels will often send the same sign repeatedly or in different formats to make sure that we have registered the sign and worked out its meaning. Therefore, you may see a rainbow not only in the sky, but you may also see a rainbow in a book. You could hear about a rainbow in a song, or perhaps see rainbow colors radiate through a crystal. So, if you are seeing these repeat signs, I really want you to take note of when you saw them and what was going on in your life at that moment. Now let's talk about feathers. Have you ever heard the phrase, "Feathers appear when angels are near"? Coming across a feather in your path or finding a feather in an unexpected or unusual place, or even have one float down in front of you, is thought to be a message from your angels. Your angels will use feathers of various shapes and colors to offer you comfort and validation when you need it the most. Feathers could also be a clue to the answer that you have been looking for, or even a message to let you know you are on the right track. Finding a feather can mean something different from one person to another. So here are some helpful questions to ask yourself when you do find a feather. Number 1, have I been praying for anything when the feather appeared? Number 2, how is your life going right at that very moment? And lastly, what was the first thing you felt when you saw or touched the feather? Although white is the most common feather sent by angels, angel feathers can come in a variety of colors, and the color of your feather can add meaning to the message that your angels are sending you. Colors not only have energy, but they also carry their own special meaning and healing properties. If you are someone who understands chakras, then I would also encourage you to think about what chakra the color of your feather relates to, as you may also find some hidden messages in there as well. When you are blessed with a white feather, this is a sign that heaven wants to tell you something. White is a symbol of faith, hope, purity, and spiritual connection. This is often a sign from your angels, or more specifically, your guardian angel, to let you know that they are with you, guiding you, and that you are on the right path, and that everything is going to be okay, especially if you have been worried about something going on in your life. A white feather can also represent a loved one in spirit, letting you know that they are at peace and that everything is okay. Next is butterflies. You may have also heard the saying, "Butterflies are the heaven-sent kisses of an angel." It is believed that a butterfly, particularly if it catches your eye by doing something unusual, such as landing on your hand, sometimes angels will send butterflies to comfort and reassure you that the soul of your loved one lives on. For me, when I see a butterfly, this is my sign and symbol from the angels that I've either gone just through some sort of transformation or that I might be transitioning into something new. On a personal note, I recently had a beautiful yellow butterfly come land on my arm. So I knew that if opportunities presented themselves, to take a close look at everything. And of course, the color of the butterfly spoke to wisdom, knowledge, and teaching. So this was my angels preparing me to be open for new opportunities, and that I was being divinely guided. Now, dragonflies, much like the butterfly, are born in one form and transforms into another. That's why it's no surprise that dragonflies are commonly associated with change, transformation, and self-awareness. Dragonflies are often sent as a reminder from our angels to bring more sunshine and happiness into our life. This is when we need to lighten up by releasing the weight of our doubt, fear, and worry so that we can live in the joy of the present moment. You may also receive a visit from a dragonfly if you're about to enter or need to enter a transformative period, or if you're trying to dig yourself out of a rut. For me, this is often a sign from my angels letting me know that I need to embrace my current reality in order to find the best path forward. And it's also a gentle reminder that I don't need to do it alone. They are always ready and willing to help. Okay, let's talk about birds, and in particular, robins. You may have already been familiar with the phrase, robins appear when loved ones are near. A common interpretation is that when you notice a robin, especially if you spot it when you wouldn't expect to, this is an angel messenger letting you know that a loved one who has passed away is okay. The significance of the red robin is associated with true good luck. Red robins also symbolize that you will be blessed with love, happiness, and joy. Many believe that guardian angels often use robins as signs that our prayers and wishes have been heard. Sometimes the message comes to you not when you asked it, but rather when you need them. A robin sighting may let you know that it's time to let go of things that are holding you back. Find inspiration in your life, find your creative side, and show it. Or, as a robin would do, sing it out loud to the world. Next, we are on to hummingbirds. For me, hummingbirds resonate at a very high vibration and are incredibly aerobatic because they can fly up, down, and backwards. They can also change direction in an instant and effortlessly shift from full speed ahead to practically standing still, which can be a sign from our angels that we too need to be able to step back, observe, and look at things from a different perspective. Hummingbirds can often appear in your life after you have endured a lot of big changes or challenges that have forced you to confront limiting beliefs that have held you back. Being visited by a hummingbird is your angel's way of showing you a renewed sense of hope and faith, as well as finally seeing the big picture and letting you know that all your challenges are leading you towards a higher path. Your angels want you to know that everything has happened for a reason. So, what does seeing a hummingbird mean to you? If you feel the hummingbird represents something else which I did not mention, you're probably right. I always advise my clients that they should follow their heart and let their intuition guide them on what the signs and symbols are trying to tell them.
Okay, in this next segment, we are going to discuss angels and flowers. Did you know that flowers also have their own unique vibration? and that they also resonate with the archangels. The amazing thing with flowers is that if you are looking to bring in the energy of a specific archangel, you can do so by having that type of plant or flower around you. Today, I'm going to show you just a couple of some common flowers or plants that you might find outside on a nature walk, as well as some common plants that you may have growing in your garden or in your house.
The daisy is a wonderful flower that may assist you in reducing any stress or drama that you might be going through, and can also assist you in simplifying your life in general. The archangel associated with this flower is Archangel Metatron, who is also known as the angel of empowerment. And by calling on him, he can assist you in becoming more empowered in order to support you and let go of any stress or drama that you might be experiencing. Oftentimes, when we have a lot going on in our lives, we can begin to lose focus and feel like we are spread too thin. When this happens for me, I love to place some daisies around my home or look at some beautiful pictures, which helps me return back to a relaxed mindset. If you feel as though your energy levels are dipping or you're getting more easily fatigued, daisies are an amazing flower that may assist you in combating these symptoms. If you are looking at trying to establish a better connection with Archangel Metatron, this is the perfect flower to place around you. The dandelion, although some people consider this to be a pesky weed that grows in their yards, is in fact a wonderful flower that can assist you in releasing lower energies and teaching you how to deal with your feelings, as well as manifesting your dreams. The archangel associated with this flower is Archangel Jophiel, who is known as the angel of beauty and joy, and I refer to her as my sunshine angel. The dandelion can support us in overcoming our feelings of resentment, bitterness, and jealousy. However, it's important to note that it does not eliminate these lower emotions. Rather, it draws them to your attention so that you can gain a deeper understanding of these emotions and be better prepared to deal with similar experiences down the road or in the future. When you are attempting to bring your dreams into reality, the snowball white dandelion is an extremely helpful tool to work with. Archangel Jophiel has led me to believe that when you make a wish and blow them out into the air, it's as if they become little messengers that go out into the world, and they assist with manifesting your wishes. Next, let's look at yellow lilies and peonies. If you are someone who's wishing to bring more abundance into your life, then by combining these two flowers together, you will find that it invokes a very powerful energy. Now, just note, abundance can come in many forms, such as health and joy, love, happiness, relationships, finances, and the list goes on. The archangel associated with both of these flowers is Archangel Ariel, and she is known as the angel of abundance. So in terms of abundance regarding finances, if you are someone who's struggling with money issues or perhaps needs some help to get back on track, then I would definitely place these beautiful flowers around you. Now, if you live somewhere where these flowers are not in season or you just don't have them, then I would suggest printing off a picture of a peony and a yellow lily. Or you can even use the pictures I have included in the workbook. If you don't have a printer, then perhaps you can copy them and use them as a screensaver on your phone or computer. Remember, like I said earlier, intention is key. I have many printed pictures of flowers around my workspace at home. The picture will still carry the same energy as the real flower would. And remember, this is an excellent way to strengthen your connection to Archangel Ariel. The daffodil is known as the flower of communication, and it has a strong association with Archangel Gabriel, who is also known as the angel of communication. The energy of a daffodil can be described as tranquil, which in turn offers you assistance in finishing any tasks in a relaxed manner and state of mind. When you are delivering a talk, just like I'm doing today, the energy of the daffodil infuses you with self-assurance and helps open up your audience, making them more receptive to receive your message. This also holds true if you need to have a difficult conversation with someone and need that support to find the right words to get the message out and well received. Because of its energy, you will have an easier time with all types of communication, whether it be verbal or written, and it will be a reminder to express everything in a kind and pleasant manner. This flower will also help strengthen your connection to Archangel Gabriel. African violets are excellent for removing any old, heavy, or stagnant energy and has a strong association to Archangel Michael, who is known as the angel of protection. African violets are a great plant to place in your home or office, especially if you are looking at clearing the energy of these spaces. As an example, because it does not carry a strong fragrance, this would be an excellent plant to place on your desk at work, especially if you work in a toxic or negative environment. As well, you can place an African violet on your nightstand to gently help remove any negativity from you while you're sleeping. This plant is amazing at transmuting all forms of lower energy within your body and home and return them to a positive state of peace and love, as well as it can strengthen your connection to Archangel Michael. The carnation is an excellent flower for relationships. It has a strong link to Archangel Chamuel, who is known as the angel of relationships, and its lovely energy may help to assist in attracting new partnerships while also mending and restoring existing ones. Because it's believed to foster long-lasting, faithful connections, this flower is frequently used in wedding ceremonies. The carnation is also known to help you release any fears of commitment or letting go of anxieties so that you can release and overcome any blocks you may have formed, which is preventing you from starting a new romantic relationship. This flower can also help you form a stronger connection to Archangel Chamuel. The black-eyed Susan is excellent at releasing old emotions and toxins, healing past relationships, and cutting ties to the past. And this flower has a strong connection to Archangel Jeremiel, who is known as the Angel of Mercy. Black-eyed Susan is a powerful flower and can be used to help us confront parts from our past that have been kept locked away. It can help release negative energy as well as old baggage so that you can move forward and into the future. This is also a beautiful flower to surround yourself with if you need help correcting any past relationships or relationship blocks in order to move forward. As well, this flower will help strengthen your connection to Archangel Jeremiel. The pansy is an amazing little flower that exudes so much energy. This flower has the ability to help you dissolve heavier emotions from your past and may still affect you, such as grief and loss, perhaps from previous relationships or a loved one who has passed away. If you are experiencing that feeling of, I will never be the same again without them, then this is the perfect flower for these situations. The archangel that resonates with this flower is Archangel Azrael, who is known as the angel of grief. Pansies can also assist in moving through the grieving process. Whether the pain is old or new, this is an emotion that needs to be fully faced in order for you to get past it. So surrounding yourself with pansies can help sweep out any unresolved grief or sadness that still might be present. And as well, it can help strengthen that connection to Archangel Azrael.
Another very common sign and symbol that you might see while out on a walk, especially if you're just walking around the neighborhood or perhaps your block, are repeat numbers, or what I call angel numbers. For an example, say you go out for lunch and you buy a bottle of water along the way and it comes to $1.11. And then someone drives past you and you see the license plate that has 111 on it. And then you just happen to look at your phone and it's 1:11 p.m. This is also a very common way that your angels are trying to send you a message. Unfortunately, we don't have time today to go over what all the numbers are and what they mean. But if you are interested in learning more, please be sure to check out my upcoming masterclass, Signs, Symbols, and Angel Numbers. So as you can see, there are many different ways our angels can be sending us messages and trying to communicate with us. So to recap, today I took you through the 5 most important steps to establishing a connection to your angels. We covered the importance of creating a daily routine in order to build and strengthen your connection, as well as you now know some common signs and symbols sent by your angels so that you never miss them again. Now, wouldn't it be easier if you could have all the signs and symbols in one place so that you could refer to them quickly and easily? If you answered yes to that question, then you are in luck, as I have included a link where you can download your very own cheat sheet that I have created, which contains many common signs and symbols our angels send us daily, as well as my interpretation of their symbolism. I have also included an electronic journal that I created that you can use daily in order to keep track of the signs that you're receiving so that everything is in one place. I found this to be another amazing tool that I used on my journey to build the relationships with angels. I was surprised to look back into my journal and see all the messages that I had received. So this journal, it has a spot for Briggs so that we can go over everything we learned today, a place you can write daily affirmations or anything that you're grateful for, anything you're wanting to manifest. I even have a spot you can put what moon phase we're in. So the point is, you can write anything in there, any messages you received during meditation, your daily goals, and so much more. So in closing, archangels can help us in so many different areas of our lives. Whether you're looking for a new job, finding a special partner in life, or perhaps resolving some health issues. Or it could even be things like help with time management, or finding that perfect parking spot. The biggest message that I want to leave with you today is there is an angel for that. Angel blessings to you all.